Yo, what's good? This your boy Derek Branch of the Sports View 360 podcast. And real quick, I want to discuss what transpired tonight in tonight's national championship game between the Miami Hurricanes, 10th ranked, taking on the number one ranked Indiana Hoosiers, 15-0. Miami came in this game 13-2. The result of this game was that Indiana won the national championship. They defeated the Miami Hurricanes by a score of 27-21. I thought it was a really good football game, a really good national championship game. I know a lot of people on social media and all that on the podcasts and TV shows complain about NIL, transfer portal, and the calendar and all that other stuff. But look, when it boils down to it on the field, this is a good product. The playoffs was a really good product this season. And I was just continue to be impressed by Indiana, the way they've played in each of these games they've been in. They blew out Alabama. I thought they wasn't gonna win that game. They pretty much tore apart in Oregon in the rematch because the first game was close, but Indiana won it. Rematch, it wasn't even close at all. And then in this national championship game, they just they had so many weapons in their tool bag, so many things they could go to that Miami just couldn't keep up because Miami was throwing some shots at them, but Indiana was just a better team tonight, man. Like I'm not the person that falls into the team of destiny, narrative and things like that, man. But Indiana just had the right. Indiana just have the guys to make the plays tonight, man. The guys that show up and make big plays tonight, man. That's what pretty much won him this game. And Fernando Mendoza is probably going to be the number one pick in the draft. Tonight is why he showed you why he is to project the number one pick in the draft, unless the Raiders decide to do something else. Hearing rumors out there that they may trade the number one pick for Lamar Jackson, but we'll see. I doubt it that that Baltimore agrees to that, but we'll never know. But Indiana just played was just a better team tonight because my prediction was Indiana winning 28-20 over Miami, but I was close. But the score was 27-21, and it was looking like Indiana was like it was about to put them away, and then one of their offensive linemen got called for a penalty, false start, and that pushed them back. That gave Miami a little breathing room. So they didn't get the touchdown or the first down, so they went for the field goal, and it was 27-21. Miami got the ball back, and they had ample opportunities. They had the time. They had time on the clock to make something happen. Carson Beck threw an interception. That sealed it. That sealed the phone. But Indiana just had the better players. I want to say the better players. They had the players that stepped up to make the plays to win the game in this matchup. They just did. Becker, Fernando Mendoza, who else? Kalen Black, Roman Hemby. On defense, Sharp, Aiden Fisher, like dude just showed up today, man. All the key players just showed up. Wide receivers were solid. Amari Cooper, he had 5 catches, 71 yards. Charlie Becker, guy I just mentioned, 4 catches, 65 yards. 65 yards, made multiple game changing catches in this game. Multiple. Elijah Surratt, he was a little quiet tonight. They only had 3 catches, 28 yards. But overall, man, it was a good team effort. Once again, Fernando Mendoza did a solid job of distributing the football through the air, connecting with guys like Amari Cooper, Charlie Becker, Elijah Surratt. Just a huge, team effort, total team effort to win this game. 16 was 16-27, 186 yards. Great game, man. Great game all around, man. And This is one of those type of national championship runs that they're gonna be talking about for a while. You know, you got to put Indiana up there with a couple other teams that have went undefeated in this era of college football that we're in. Put them up there with the Auburn Tigers with Cam Newton that one year, great year they had with Cam Newton. The Florida State team that went undefeated with Jameis Winston. They put them right up there with that team. Of course, 2019 LSU team that went undefeated. Georgia, one of those Georgia squads that went undefeated. You got to put Indiana right up there, man. Even if this is just a 1 year type of thing. You know, they deserve it. They deserve to be mentioned with those teams, because the reality is those teams I just mentioned, LSU, 2010 Auburn, 2019 LSU, 2013 Florida State, the Georgia squad that blew out TCU. They're all like 1 year, like pretty much they had like 1 year run of dominance. For that year. You know, LSU didn't repeat, Florida State didn't repeat, Auburn didn't repeat. So even if Indiana, even if this don't the national championship, they get out of this current run right now, it's something that a lot of people gonna be talking about for a very long time, because Indiana, like you probably heard this before, it's not a traditional college football program. It's not. You don't mention it. You don't mention when you say Big Ten Conference, Big Ten football. You don't mention Indiana until now. You know what I mean? So you may talk about Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, USC, but now you got to talk about the Indiana Hoosiers. And I'm really interested to see what's in store for this program in the future. Can he, replicate this type of success again? Can he go out in the portal and get those type of players to come up there and be competitive? Can he sustain this? Even if he don't, most likely next year won't repeat, but they need the next year after, and the following year, can his team continue to be up there with the Ohio States and the Michigans and the USCs? Can they sustain that type of competitiveness? Be competitive like that on a consistent basis. But shouts out to the Hoosiers, man. Great year, undefeated season, 16-0. Fernando Mendoza just had multiple moments in his game, even prior to this, in Heisman moments. He's showing you why he's the number one pick in the draft. Most likely, it's going to be number one pick in the draft. But they win tonight by a score 27-21. Miami had a great year, man. Miami had a great year, hands down. I was kind of against them coming into the playoffs. Again, I was against them getting selected to the 12-team playoffs, but I was wrong. They proved me wrong. Really good football team, and this is one of the many benefits of having a playoff system, is that you can that teams could go through adversity and correct things, and have being given the chance to bounce back and get into the playoffs and possibly win it. Because Ohio State did it last year, and this year Miami did it. They just didn't win the national championship. So this is one of the benefits of having the playoffs. You don't have to be as crisp or have a perfect resume to get to play for a national championship now, compared to the BCS or when they had the polls were a factor with the writers involved. So tonight is the end of college football season. 27-21, Indiana knock off the Miami Hurricanes. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, leave a nice feel. What are your takeaways from tonight's matchup? Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out.